Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy EJ, and you are now tuning in to The Process. Let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Process. I'm your host, EJ, and today I'm here with one of my good friends, one of my female friends, best friends, Pexie Jane, aka G.I. Jane or her name.
What?
But we got a pretty interesting topic we want to talk about today. The body, the mind, and soul. Pexie she's a Torah call reader, and she's into her spirituality, and it's a spiritual world, and as you know, this process is about learning, growth, and development. So today I want to learn a little bit from Pexie about the body and the mind, you know what I mean? Pexie, welcome. Thank you for doing this. You know what I mean?
No worries.
For sure, I'm going to pass you the mic.
Yeah. Okay, so how can we start?
Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Pexie. I'm from Egypt and I live in Vietnam for the past 5 years.
Okay.
I like riding motorbikes, and I work on myself spiritually.
Spiritually, yeah. Are you? Yeah. Okay. So are you religious?
I grew up in a religious family, but I don't really believe the same as they believe. I need to question, and I need to see something to believe it. Or I don't just believe in things that doesn't really kind of make sense.
I feel you. So what did you grow up as?
Yeah, my family is Muslim, so one of my parents is kind of very religious, and the other is kind of a little bit not very conservative. So I had both sides of the story, and I chose something that's completely different, which is completely out of what I've grown in, because I think I'm stubborn and I like to question things and get to know by myself, not just someone tell me, you gotta believe that.
Yeah. Sort of like having a boss, you know what I mean? Somebody always telling you, do this, do that, do this.
Yes.
So how'd you get into this? How'd you get into the spirituality now? And
that's a good question. I think I just always question, I want to know things, and I'm really curious, and I want to, explore. So I had a lot of questions. What does life means? Why are we here? And why do we have to believe in this? And there are so many religions in the world, and every single religion thinks that they are the right ones, But where is actually the right ones, or the right way of thinking and acting and being a human being, most of the religions talk about good things, like being an honest person, being really good to each other, and not doing bad things to each other. Yes, okay, but some of it just doesn't really make sense. And I think the good part is good, but there are other parts that maybe fit in a different kind of lifetime, but it doesn't fit right now because it's our generations, everything's evolving. So I think there is only one thing, which is, I'm not gonna say the true one, the same as religions say, but the one that works all the time, not just works 2,000 years ago, but not now. Something that works, which is the bigger picture of what life is about,
So it works for everybody. You're saying it works for everybody, all religions, doesn't matter.
And anytime,
color, doesn't matter.
Yes.
And it works, so it's been there, basically.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're talking about universal energy type of thing.
Yeah, it's like where we are. So why should we not look at that? You know, we just believe in one thing. Yeah, there is a God. Yeah, okay, there is somebody created that. I'm not gonna say somebody, but there's something created that, which all religions call God. But we have to look into where we are more, you know, to understand why we are here.
Yeah.
It's yes about following, but also understanding, you know?
Yeah.
We can't just follow. That's why we have a brain, because we have the choices and we have to understand and, you know, make our own choices.
Yeah.
So you can't just tell me, oh, that's it. You're going to believe this and you're going to act that way and it's finished. Why do I have a mind then?
Yeah.
You know, if I needed to go straight way, why the Creator didn't make me go that way without me having a decision at all?
Exactly. So with that being said, like, I have a quick question for you. Then I want to go back to like the mind and as far as like that's not right.
Okay.
So, because you described God as, you corrected yourself and described God as a thing, right? Something, right? Opposed to God is a man or God is a woman.
No,
right?
it's not a gender thing, and it's not really compared to us. You know,
no,
like it's nothing like us.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
but you know how some people will say, "Oh, God is a man," or "God is with," and even if they're playing,
no, there is no male
you know
or female in it. I think
exactly.
You know.
No, I mean I agree. Like I don't think I feel like God is spiritual energy. You can't put a face on him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can't make him a man or a woman.
Yes.
And so as far as the mind goes, because I feel like now we're like, we skipped the body. I was supposed to start with the body, but...
Okay.
All right. So remind me to get back to you on that.
Okay,
all right.
okay.
So about as far as the body, like what can you tell us about the body spiritually? Like the spiritual body, or in this sense, I guess the body is physical, right?
Yes, the body is physical,
okay.
yes.
Now, how does the physical body pertain to the spirit? Because, for example, when you do a Torah card reading, you've got it's based on spirituality, spiritual energy, right?
Yes.
But it still has like on that one particular chart, it had the body, you know what I mean, and
the mind,
the body,
and the
everything,
being,
right? So, what is the body?
Okay, so the body is literally your body. So your body is not you, right? It's just like a vessel, you know, for you to experience that human being experience. But you are not your body, you know, because who you are is not the outside at all, but it's the inside where you came from as a soul. So your body is just a way or a bridge for your soul to experience whatever you experience when you're alive. Yes.
Is that a bridge? Wow. Okay.
So you like, that's why there's a lot of racism in the world, you know, as like what's your body color, you know.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we're all souls, you know. It doesn't matter which body you came into. You are that soul, not that body, you know.
That's pretty heavy. Oh man. So don't be racist now.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Okay. And so as far as the mind, like you said earlier, like, well, you didn't say this on the show, but you said this earlier when you like, the mind is supposed to be a servant.
Yes.
Our servant, like a tool for us. But then sometimes, some people, the mind controls them. You know what I mean? Can you expand on that, please?
Okay. So we have the mind, you know, like it is something to make us like make decisions and be conscious or aware of things. Like a dog, they have a brain but not a mind, you know. They have the physical power as a brain, but they don't have the concept of deciding for themselves, and you know, like they go.
They wander.
They know their instincts only, you know, but they don't decide with their life. They don't have ambitious, you know, like us human beings.
They just want to live and die, live in peace if they can. You know?
Exactly.
Have
so
food,
Yeah.
I guess.
They go with what they need. They need water, they need food, they need shelter, and their instincts. That's it. But they don't have a decision. They don't want to be powerful. They don't want to have a lot of money or any of that we have, which is the problem, because like desiring and running after things, it's all a game of your mind. You are here as a soul to experience things, not to collect things, and your brain makes you think, oh, when you have so many things, you're gonna be happy and fulfilled and you have everything you want. And it's really tricky, because your brain tries to escape or make you escape from any pain. So anything that will cause you pain, which is spiritual awakening, your brain is gonna try to trick you to run away and avoid it. And only if you challenge yourself and you control your own brain, not your brain controlling you,
Yeah.
So this is a really good tool, but also has a bad side to it. Depends if you control the mind or the mind controls you.
Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what percentage I control my mind.
Yes.
So because a lot of us are on autopilot sometimes,
and we don't really use that much, as well as like your brain decides your life. Because if you look at your mind, there is conscious and subconscious. And subconscious you don't really control, you only control the conscious. But the subconscious is probably, I don't know the percentage, it's way bigger. The conscious mind is really small, but whatever exists in the subconscious comes from
whatever
conscious.
exists in conscious goes to the subconscious. Right?
Yeah. So the subconscious is all the thoughts you have consciously go back to the subconscious. You can't control that. You can only control the conscious one.
Yeah. But like that brings up a point like lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Right? So like some people, like I read a few books on lucid dreaming where it's when you try to become aware in your subconscious state when you're asleep or whatnot, napping, but it's when you try to understand or when you come to the realization that, oh well, listen, I can still control myself, I'm still physical.
Yeah.
And and I feel like we can be physical in the other world too, because the mind is not asleep, we just like you said earlier, sometimes we can travel into other lifetimes, or how did you say it? Being able to, when you're trying to explain racism, how you can
getting in life in a kind of body, whatever color it is.
Yeah, but basically that. That's how much control we can have over our mind. If we realize.
Yes, only if we realize. And
exactly.
Let's say 99.9% of human beings don't really realize. They think they came here to have kids and to work and live their whole life working and believe in one thing and go with it, and then I'm gonna go to heaven and that's it. But death is definitely not the end. You're thinking that, I'm gonna live one time and finish life, and then that's the end. I'm gonna be judged on whatever I did in that life. So I'm trying to do good things.
And then go to heaven or hell.
Go to heaven.
That's a whole process right there. You gotta die first. And you gotta wait when you die. You gotta wait in line like everybody else. And then you're gonna get out of death, go to court.
Go to court.
God ain't gonna be there to save you. Look, he ain't even gonna be on no bench. Because God ain't there to judge you. I'm telling you, it's going crazy. And then you might go to hell or hell. Do you really want to know? No, people are fucked up. My spirituality has evolved a lot too. I was born Muslim. My family's Muslim too. And I started studying Christianity, you know what I mean? Like, Islam never left my heart. I knew I was Muslim regardless, but I got baptized.
Okay.
But that's because I was studying the Bible, like,
that's
and plus pressure from like the people
this
at the church.
This is funny as
like,
well. This is funny. Like, do you need to put the kid in that holy water for them to be Christian?
Or to believe. But
I mean, to be Christian, right? To become a Christian, you need to be baptized, something like that. Yeah. That means you're not born Christian, right?
Yeah, but look,
that means you're.
Like, there was like pressure from like after like a few weeks, a month or so, to like getting baptized, and I don't really like pressure, but I was telling them nah, I wasn't ready, and I got baptized when I really felt like, alright, it's cool, I do it, it's cool, it ain't. You know what I mean?
This is a whole concept that is weird. Like, you don't need to make me something. It's all about what I believe. Doesn't matter you put me in that word or not.
Right.
Whatever I believe is gonna be my belief.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. And that was another thing with my family too. Like, as far as being Muslim, I didn't study Christianity because I didn't want to be Muslim anymore. I was still Muslim. But the Quran told me to read the Bible. So when I started studying the Bible, I have a Bible now. Like, when I started reading the Bible, I'm like, man, I need help. So I started going to this church. Plus, I was messing with this girl, and then like, and then, you know what I mean, one thing led to another. But I learned a lot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Overall, and yeah. So like, it's crazy because like some people can't control their mind, like you said earlier, and then like you have people that are sick, like schizophrenic people that are delusional, you know what I mean, or they think that they're hearing thoughts of dead people and crazy
that's
shit.
where you
know
go to like the really bad side. You make your mind now 100% controls you. You know?
That's what I want to do, to say like people that gave up their mind. That's what you said earlier. It's like they surrendered their mind. And they can't think for themselves. You know what I mean?
They are not aware anymore. The mind is 100% in control. You know, that's why they go to like doctors, psychotherapists, and you know. So for them to just wake them up, like, hey, where's your soul? You know, forget about your mind now.
In America, they make them go to sleep. They give them more pills. The pills gonna make a motherfucker feel retarded for real. Even if the person wasn't retarded, they go
Maybe it's good because the mind is not in control. You know, you're just like getting the whole body to completely relax, so your soul can take control, kinda, in a way. You know. It's very interesting.
I want to bring up a quick point on that before we go to the next subject. Man, it's crazy. Like, growing up younger in America, we used to love taking pills that crazy people take. You know what I mean? Sipping lean, you know, you like, this shit really not like. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, that should make you feel retarded afterwards.
Okay,
like, so don't fuck your mind up. Stop doing that. Yo, leave a person's entities alone, my nigga. You know what I mean? But anyway, what's it called? Yeah, let's talk. What's next? The mind, the soul.
The soul, yes.
I don't know where to start, yo. Can you?
Okay, so explaining the soul, it's like you could also have no gender, have no face in it. It's a really higher source of energy, you know. Because that's what everything is. This table, this phone, this glass, it's all made out of energy, you know? And whatever energy you have is what you attract. That's kind of the manifestation thing.
It sounds like the law of attraction.
Yeah, the law of attraction. Yeah. But your soul is that energy that comes into a body to experience the human experience, to learn a lesson that is needed. But this does not die. Like, the soul does not die, but the body gets tired and die. But then you reincarnate again in another body, you know. So you lived more than one life, learning more than one lesson, for your soul to arrive to the enlightened or the higher frequency of energy.
Or maybe we're all like, and that the highest frequency of energy may be for example, what the sun is to the earth.
Okay.
Where like everything want to go back to because
the source.
That's the source. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where we're all stronger. Because like we all like if that's the based on that hypothesis. And when earlier when you said it, the spirit can jump in and like be in another body, or it doesn't matter which body or soul landed in. We all, you know what I mean? We all
you kind of, in a way, choose which family you come into for you to be able to learn the lesson that you need to learn in that lifetime. But you don't remember any of that because you're born as a baby, right? And you forget everything. Your brain is new. But if you already enlightened in one of the life, you stop coming, you know, you have already reached the kind of the goal, you know, of coming.
Like what is it called in Buddhist or Nirvana? What is that? Buddhist? Is it Buddhist?
It is like similar, you know. I kind of like take the things
heaven. You know,
yes,
like,
and I think the heaven and hell, it does exist, but in a different way than what religion called it or made it. You know the picture.
You know,
in my theory or my opinion, it is about you have came here for a lesson, right? In this lifetime. If you didn't do that, you know, if you haven't been a good human being and you've been shit and you didn't go after learning and growing and being vulnerable and understanding and all that, when you die and come back and realize, oh, I was here to learn that experience, but all I did was being awful to other souls and like distract myself all the time, that's your own personal hell, you know? That is hell that they say, oh, if you do bad things, you go to hell. Yeah, it's only your own personal hell. Once you're a good person and you trying to actually make an influence on the human beings or other souls in different bodies, when you get out of this and you realize you understand the whole game, where it comes from, you know, when you die, people realize, oh, okay, I understand now what it's all about. If you did well, then you're like, oh, okay, I did my part. I was a good human being. But if you are shit, you are in hell because you're regretting all that you have done during your human experience life.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's it's really interesting, you know, looking back at like what have you added to this world? Nothing but suffering, yes, and bad things, and you know.
Wow, that's pretty heavy. Damn.
It is. Yes.
Damn, how you learn so much? You're so smart though. What's the point?
It's not being smart. It's just being like, I am using my brain, you know, because it really makes sense. It just makes so much sense that life is not the end. Why are we here? None of the religion have answered that. Why are we here? Have you ever questioned that? Like, why are these creatures on this in this place? Like, what am I doing here? Have you ever questioned that? I think everybody questions, what am I doing here? What's the purpose of my life? You know?
I think at some point, like, whenever you start going into a low state of mind or depression or whatever, like, you will probably ask yourself questions like that. You know At least if they're trying to fight back, like you said earlier, like if they're trying to fight back, then that's when you like, oh man, should I kill myself or not? Like, if I don't kill myself, now, you know, what the fuck am I gonna do?
I have a theory about that one too.
Like,
once the killing yourself, like, what is the idea of killing yourself? That is a different way, because as a human being, in your brain, you decide to end this when you haven't learned yet, you know? So the whole point, when you come back as a soul, you're coming back from the beginning, because you still haven't learned the lesson that's needed to be learned in that lifetime, because you killed yourself. You're like, I have the control, I'm gonna end it now, because you don't know the future, you don't know what's gonna happen to you, but now you're depressed, you try to end it, you come back from the beginning, you know? that's why they say in religion like suicide is really bad and you go into hell and stuff. Exactly. Because like it is bad because you learned like half quarter too, you're gonna turn around, come back from zero again, you know.
I hope Hitler don't come back. I'm just saying.
No, but that's the point. You have been through that hill to learn a lesson, and you decided to cut it in the middle and not learn it. Yeah. So, okay, start from the beginning.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy.
Yes,
damn.
It is.
Wow. Thank you, yo. Guys, we hope that you learned something, picked something up. We hope that you guys enjoyed the conversation. Hopefully, you guys got a laugh or two out of it. Hopefully, we didn't offend anybody.
Yes, I hope so.
You know what I mean? So, we apologize if we did offend anybody. We're just kicking it, having a good time, trying to have a good conversation.
Yeah.
You know, trying to build and not just have nonsense conversations. So with that being said, take care of your mind, your body, and soul. Hear me well. What's up? Thanks, Pexie. You know what I mean? Thanks.